guys, my name is Capeton, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this survival friendly beginner dirt house. Without further ado, let's get started. So guys, you can make this house as big or as small as you want, but I'm going to make it quite large, and I have realised that I'm using coarse dirt. So instead you can use dirt, because that is much more survival friendly, but you can find coarse dirt in savanna biomes, I believe. So the first step to making your dirt hut is to build a simple little door frame so you can actually get in, which would kind of help. So we're just going to make the door frame like so, and there we go, the door frame is done. And on the topic of coarse dirt, this is all the stuff that you'll need to build the dirt house. The next step to building a dirt house is to actually make the layout of the base so you can have the nice shape of the dirt hut, so it looks a bit like a little hobbit house. So you're just going to start placing down random dirt blocks on the floor to make a kind of circular-like shape, but not an exact circle obviously. So I'm just going to speed this up for you, and whilst we're doing that, I'm going to talk about my new series. So guys, my new series is called Survival Friendly, and this is where I make survival friendly buildings so they're easier for you to build in survival mode, because some tutorials online are really hard to build in survival mode. Either they're too tall or require too many resources, or you can't gather them. So in this series, it will help you make your survival world better by having survival friendly buildings to build. So guys, I have the shape of the house all set out, and yours should look something roughly like this. The next step we're going to do is we're going to make the second layer of the house. So all we're going to do is build the second block up on the inside so it kind of looks more like a little arch. So I'll do a quick little demonstration, and then I will skip this part because you don't want to watch me boring you placing dirt blocks. So this is how you do it. Just place blocks like so on the inside of the first block, and I'll see you in a bit. Now you've completed that step, it should look something like this, and now all we're going to do is make the roof. So we're going to fill in the excess blocks that we haven't filled in yet, and I will see you in a bit. So guys, I've made the roof, and as you can see, there's a single block on the top here. We're going to keep that here because we're going to add more depth, so we're going to place blocks in like so. We're just going to place them randomly so it doesn't make it look like a flat roof. This is good because then it won't be boring and look a bit weird, because you don't usually see a flat roof, and this is kind of looking like a hobbit hole, so we want it to be a bit more mountain-like. I will see you in a bit once I finish this step. So we have made the little random blocks of dirt, and now what we're going to do is add some texture. So we're going to do this by adding in grass blocks. Now this isn't very survival friendly, so what you can do is actually you can use your shovel and just tap the grass blocks, and then what should happen is it will turn brown instead of green, and that still adds more texture. So guys, I finished in placing the grass blocks, and I also made the hallway a bit more thicker because it looked a bit abnormal being really thin. So you can also do that if your hallway looks a bit thin. But the next step that we're going to do is we're also going to add some more texture because we want it to look more rustic. So what we're going to do is place in some random blocks of cobblestone like we've done with the grass. So I'll be right back. So guys, I'm happy with all the cobblestone, and the next step is we're going to place in some gravel blocks as well. So this is optional, but I decided to do this because I didn't think it was as rustic as it could be. So I'm just placing in some gravel blocks right now, like we've done with the cobblestone and grass, so I will be right back in a second. So guys, we've done all that, and now what we're going to do is keep our gravel in hand because we're going to make a gravel path. So just start placing blocks in a kind of path-like shape and kind of veer it around to the left a bit because that looks more rustic. It always looks best when you veer it around. So place them in like random formations and do it until you feel happy with it, because sometimes paths can be very difficult, but I'm going to be happy with the way this is going at the moment. I might change it a bit, but I'll be right back. So guys, next step is very simple. All you have to do is put 2 fence gates either side and place torches on top of them. So the next step, I'm going to place some torches on the 1 block tall spaces, so it just gives a little light. But you don't have to do this because Sianda is going to make a tutorial on how to do the interior of this build. So I'll put that up in the top right corner right now, so you can follow that for the interior of this build, and go check that out right now. So I have placed all the torches. Now we're going to go back outside and we're going to start making the chimney. So now what you want to do is outline where your chimney is going to go. So I just took some slabs and I kind of built a foundation. Now we're going to build the chimney up, and you can bring it out to the right or left or whatever you want to do. But I'm going to bring it out to the back this time, and it's kind of a bit of hit and miss. So you can keep on doing this, but I like to place cobblestone walls at the top so it kind of gives a bit more chimney effect. But actually that doesn't look as nice, so all I'm going to do is make it a bit smaller. You can trial and error with this, but after a while you will get the right design for your chimney. All I'm going to do now is place some cobblestone walls on top, and yeah, that looks pretty good, but I think I'm going to make the foundations a bit more because it doesn't look like it can stand up by itself. So we're going to have to make it a bit more bricky. So just place some cobblestone walls and slabs down, or cobblestone stairs, and hopefully after a while it should start to look pretty good like mine is doing right now. And that is your house completed, guys. So you can watch the end of the tutorial for the interior. I'm sure she will do lots of wonderful things, but I've forgotten one thing. You're going to need to actually place a door down. So if you use an oak door, then that will be broken down by zombies, so don't use oak doors. I like to use the jungle, any other door than the oak wood door, but use one with a window because then you can actually see outside like so. So I'm just going to do a little interior at the moment, just if you don't watch the Anderson video. But you can just place some wooden fence posts here for a window and then overlap it so it doesn't look like it's just hanging in midair. We can do that on the other side, and then that means you will have 2 windows overlooking the whole side, so you can see out both sides. So we're just going to do that so it doesn't look like it's hanging in midair again. And there you go, that is my little interior, quick interior of the build with a door that won't be broken down by zombies. So I hope you found this build quick and easy to do. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then give it a thumbs up. But if you really like my content, then why not subscribe? Make sure to check out Sienna's video. And that's it from me. See you soon.